All right, guys, here we are again. This is a beautiful 1984 Mercedes 300 SD, and I'm going to do my normal routine. I'll walk around the car and I'll talk about all the restoration and things that I did to the car. And please keep in mind, you can also see all of that on videos on our website. I video document the restoration of every car. www.woodsandbarclay.com. B-A-R-C-L-A-Y. Anyway, let's start. Of course, we put new tires on there. We did an AC conversion to R134. AC is ice cold. Put a new hood pad on it. I restored the glove box wood trim. There was a small crack in the wood trim, so I grabbed another piece and refinished it and matched it exactly to the car. You can see the videos on the website. I put in some new old stock seat springs. I think someone that previously was driving it may have been a little heavier and broke a couple of the seat springs. So I went ahead and replaced those on the driver and passenger seat. And while I was doing that, I also had the front seat bottoms. I put in new foam, so the seats are basically brand new, like they would have come from the factory, and you'll see that in the videos. I put in new diesel return lines, a new in-tank filter, a new tachometer over voltage relay, new shifter bushings, new fuel hose, new hood release lever, and adjusted the hood release cable, new driver's window motor, new passenger window motor, new air cleaner housing mounts. I replaced the glow plug relay, replaced the crack seat back nets. These are the frames that go around the seat back nets. I put in a new dimmer switch. I polished the gauge cluster. I removed and restored the original Hirschman antenna, put a new antenna grommet on it, put new door striker rubber, new wheel bearing seals and wheel bearings, new brake calipers, rotors, front brake flexible hose, and we did a diff oil change, power steering fluid and filter change, transmission fluid, transmission filter, and transmission pan gasket. So as you can see, I've covered every detail on this vehicle, and it's absolutely beautiful. No corners were cut whatsoever. And did a valve adjustment with a new valve cover gasket. So guys, as you can see, this is we've covered all the bases on this vehicle. Let's just move in, take a closer look at it. First thing we notice is look at the condition of the chrome. The chrome is absolutely beautiful. No dings or pits in the chrome. The chrome is in excellent condition. The paint is beautiful. The wheels, original wheels. We did not paint those wheels. Those are the original wheels. Those are in great condition. Look at the chrome up front. See the trim on the bumper? There we go. That's how shiny that is. Headlights are not cracked around here. That's a common thing on these cars. You'll have cracking in the headlight bezel. All of the chrome trim pieces, there's no nicks, dings, rock chips that are on the chrome pieces on the grill. Sometimes these will pop loose or be dinged up. They're in outstanding condition. The Mercedes logo, normally these are faded. You'll see the blue is faded out. Look how vibrant that is. It's not faded, it's not worn. See, no chipping or cracking, because these are plastic. Now that's glass, but normally these have fissure cracks all through them. These are perfect condition. Even the gaskets around the lights, excellent condition. Look at the bumper. Beautiful condition. Let's go down this side of the car. We'll get to the cladding. Look at the cladding. Outstanding condition. Of course, there's no rust on this car, guys. I mean, I'll show you the jack points. That's where everyone wants to see. But there's absolutely zero rust. This car came out of Tennessee. I bought it, the gentleman was, gosh, he was late 80s, maybe 90s. Here's another thing I'd like to point out. So this rubber cover on the side mirror, sometimes this is cracked or wrinkled or split. This one's still flexible. It's still in good condition. Same goes for the driver's side. Not any rock chips on the rear view mirror. This is a 63,000 mile car. I mean, still has the emblem from Mercedes. You can see it starting to peel a little bit. That's a sticker. That's the original windshield. But yeah, this is a 63,000 mile car. I mean, what else can I tell you? Let's go look inside the car. Well, we're at the trunk. Why don't we look at the trunk? See, the trunk is mint condition. And you have the original spare. There's the toolkit, original jack. Even has the original hang tag that tells you to tighten or use the correct lug bolts. Of course, there's no rust anywhere. The light still works great. There's the grommet that was replaced for the antenna. Of course, I rebuilt the antenna, so that works perfect. You'll see it later in the video. Let's take a look inside. So I found some original cocoa mats he had in the trunk. Those are old school cocoa mats. Here, let me take this key out. Those are old school cocoa mats. You can see a little wear from his foot right there. Oh, the seats. So, see how I put new springs, new seat springs? See how firm those are? See how the Palomino, normally the UV and the sun will fade the Palomino, where you get a different color. You get different colors on the bolsters compared to the center section, the pleats. And this is an outstanding condition. It's not all sun faded. Look at the door panel. The memory control works for the seat. The windlace around the doors, there's no rips. This is a felt like on a pool table. Feels like a pool table cloth. It's not ripped or torn. I show this in all my videos. Look at the condition of the rubber. The rubber is in outstanding condition. It still seals and shuts. No leaks. I'm just showing some little details. Like, look at the door straps. They're still, you still have, it's got a cadmium plating on the door strap. The little rubber boots that cover the vacuum lines that go into the door, they're all intact. Little details like this show you the condition of a car. Oh, I wanted to show you guys this. I didn't remove these. Those are little notes, little stickers the owner taped onto the interior of the door jamb. Like he said, 4,457 miles. He changed his air filter, motor oil. He put all his notes for the service he was doing on the vehicle and taped them. So I thought that was kind of a cool part of history. I just left that there rather than taking all his notes off of there. So yeah, if you want his personal service records, there they are. Let's go ahead and get in here. 63,000. Look how clear that is. So I removed that when I was replacing the rheostat, the dimmer switch right here, and I polished all that so it's crystal clear now. It had a little bit of haze down here on the corner, so I polished that out. Look at the dash. It's beautiful, beautiful condition. I was talking about the glove box wood trim. That's the trim we restored. Perfect match. There was a little crack on the original piece right here. So I grabbed another piece and we stained it. And again, there's videos on all of this on the website showing me doing this. Took apart all the switches, door switches, lubricated the switches. See all the wood here? It's beautiful. Fantastic condition. The armrest is not all worn out. Here, let's crank this up. We have 2 sets of keys. The red dot signifies it had an alarm system. Let's go ahead and crank it. Glow plug light comes on. Wait till it goes off. Fires right up. Let's do all the windows. I mean, all the windows work, but I'm just going to show you guys because I know people want to see that stuff. Everything works on this car. Let's see if I can get this back one. Yep, there we go. Okay. Show you the sunroof. Let's see here. I lubricated the tracks on the sunroof. Works perfect. All the visor mirrors, all the vanity lighting. Sometimes you have to, oop, I didn't have that one clicked in. So you have to click it in right there, and that's where it makes the electrical ground. There you go. Interior lights all work. Let's look at the light in the back there. There we go. The reading lights in the back work. This is the original Becker radio. Check this out. Works great, and it sounds good. And you can see there's the original antenna. I restored that. I removed the antenna, made sure it's all lubricated properly. Works perfect. Let's take a look under the hood. We'll go through the back seat in a minute. I just want to show you guys under here. Let me set this down just for 1 minute. Look at that. Look how clean this engine is. Now you guys saw the videos, me doing the work on it, but the part I love is the cadmium plating. On high mileage cars, you do not get that original cadmium plating. And what this plating is, it's a rust, it's a sacrificial coating. So instead of the lines rusting, the cadmium will wear off by oxidation. When it's still there, it looks so good. There's the hood pad. I put a new hood pad on there. This is the little piece that was missing for some reason. That's the vent that goes into the air cleaner. So I actually have a parts supplier, and this is off of a 126. It's an original part. Just put it back in there. And you see I've greased all the hinges. Or the hood latches, I'm sorry. Engine's beautiful. I put a new cruise control module in it. Cruise control works great. Just real quick, I know people will ask, I'm going to give you a blow-by test. That engine has absolutely zero blow-by. Watch me set the cap on there. Zero blow-by. You guys will see on the test drive how strong this engine is. Here, let's shut this off and take a look in the back seat. Notice the antenna, when you turn the car off, shuts flawlessly. It's all lubricated. It's brand new stuff. I've rebuilt it all. In the walk around, I was talking about the trim on the seat back nets. This is a plastic trim. You can see it's on both seats, and that tends to crack with age. So these have been replaced with NOS pieces that I got from my parts supplier. That's factory original. Everything on this car is factory original. See, there's the first aid kit. That's just storage over there. You can see the package tray is in outstanding condition. Look at the back seat. That's never been sat in, guys. Come on. Check the little reading lights. Beautiful car. Oh, so I was talking about the latches on the door. I readjusted, lubricated, and replaced the latch mechanism. Watch how good the door shuts. You don't have to slam it. They just shut super smooth. Some of these cars you have to slam the doors because the rubber pieces in the doors are worn out. Anyway, guys, this is a super nice 63,000 mile 300 SD. This is the lowest mileage 300 SD as I've ever found. There's those cool cocoa mats. I think they go really good with the car. I mean, the original carpet is top notch. But yeah, I think they look nice. Oh, the electric mirror. So there's an adjustment. That works. I have to go back around the driver's seat. But this is a passenger side electric mirror. Works fine. Let's shut this hood. And let's go for a test drive. I'll show you guys that electric mirror just to show you that everything works. This is my favorite part, a test drive. All right, here, let's do that electric mirror. See it turning in, see it turning back out, down and up. On the driver's side, Mercedes didn't do that. It's a manual adjustment. But I mean, I guess they figured, hey, the driver can just reach right there, but you obviously can't reach all the way over there. So yeah, let's go for a test drive. Okay, I was idling in the parking lot and actually drove to this parking lot for the photo. So we're already up to engine temperature. So I want somebody to clock this on YouTube and tell me the 0 to 60. But a healthy 300 SD, there's a car in front of me. Well, let's go and see. Is about 16 seconds. Perfect shift. All right, we might hit 60 before traffic. Here we go. That's 60. These cars aren't slow, guys. I talk about this in every video. The people that say they're slow, they just have unhealthy motors. Sure, 0 to 16 is not a rocket ship, or 0 to 60 in 16 seconds is not a rocket ship. But in a luxury sedan, why are you doing 0 to 60 times anyway? You know what I mean? These are made for cruising around and being in comfort, and you know, taking a 350 mile trip and being totally comfortable and having an engine that lasts 500,000 miles. That's what these cars are about. These cars aren't about from 0 to 60 time, and they weren't built for that. So here we go. We have a start off from a red light here. I'm gonna go ahead and stop even though it's green. The kick down switch works perfect. Watch the shift points. Perfect shift point. Should shift a little after 4. Perfect shift point. We're keeping up with that car, no problem. Let's do some handling here. I'm not really gonna slow down through this roundabout. Just watch how this handles. The suspension is outstanding on this vehicle. I didn't have to rebuild all the suspension. It was in great condition. I mean, we just went through that roundabout at, I think, 25 or 30 miles an hour. Excellent handling. For a 4,000-pound sedan, I mean, come on. Anyway, I better slow down before I get a speeding ticket. So let's go out on the highway here, and you know, all these cars back in the early 80s, sorry, I was gonna say let's go out on the highway and do the cruise control. I'll show you guys that. But back in the early 80s, these cars were built by hand. They were handmade vehicles, including most of the subcomponents. For example, window switches, you know, those were assembled by hand, and the cars are assembled by hand. So when you build something by hand, each one you build comes out a little bit different. Every single one of them is unique. Kind of like Gibson guitars, you know, handmade in Nashville. Every one of them plays a little bit different. Well, that's the same for these early 300D and 300 SDs. They each one has its own unique feel. For example, this one, the first thing I noticed when I went out and drove it around is the steering is super smooth. Now it's smooth on all of them, but what I'm saying is, like, for some reason this one feels better than some of the other ones. I don't know why. It's really hard to explain. But they all have their own unique feel because they were handcrafted machines. Let's go here to Georgia 400, and we're gonna get up to speed. We'll show the RPMs at cruise speed. Turn my headlights on here. We'll show the RPMs at cruise speed, and we'll test out the cruise control. And notice I'm really putting the pedal down. I'm not taking it easy because I want to show everybody how healthy the car and how engine and transmission are. All right, we're gonna get up to speed on this on-ramp here. Clock works too, by the way. I probably didn't set it. I think it says like 3 o'clock, but the clock works. You can actually watch the video of me rebuilding the clock. Because they're usually not working when they're 40 years old and you have to change a couple of capacitors. So let's get up to speed here. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put on the cruise control now. And we are on cruise control. And we're just cruising at, holding steady at, what is that, 65? And just under 3,000 RPMs. So let's go ahead and take her up to cruising speed. I like to cruise around 72, 75. That's where these cars really feel good. Right about there. That's a sweet spot. Now you can cruise all day at 80. Great running car. So anyway, hope you enjoyed that test drive. A little 0 to 60, a little cruise control, 80 miles an hour on the highway. I really, like I do with all my cars, I went bumper to bumper on this one. Any little single thing that I think needed restoration or repair or fixing, I did it. It took me a couple of months, but I don't cut any corners. This is a super nice, low mileage 300 SD. Anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying the videos. I just kind of shoot from my hip when I'm making them. And subscribe, hit the bell notification, and again, you can watch the whole restoration series or refurbishing series, whatever you want to call it, on the website, woodsandbarclay.com. I think there's a 6-part video series on this car. Anyway, check us out, and thanks for watching. See you next time. Handmade Mercedes, guys. You can't get a car like this anymore. For that short window from probably 1978 to 1985, they were the best cars ever made. There's about a 6-year window there, and they will never be like that again. That's why this car is still driving today. That's why I have 9 of them at the shop that are still driving today. The Germans got it right. The company was run by the engineers, not the accountants, not the marketing department. It was run by the engineers, and the engineers built the best quality machines ever put on the road. All right, hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you next time. woodsandbarclay.com.